Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. I have been at a 0 on a scale from 1 to 10 on putting on makeup. I 0% want to do it, so I am 100% not doing it. So we're gonna go with the flow. I'm feeling a little better. Thanks for those who joined my live. That was yesterday. I ended it early because I wasn't feeling well. I'm getting divorced. I've been anxious. Stress is high. Things are weird. But overall, I'm doing very well. And I think that we should react to this person today. I watched the first 4 minutes and I was like, what the f? But listen, we're gonna give it a shot, okay? And honestly, I don't even remember. Someone sent this to me, I think, a while back, or I don't know, on Instagram. This is why, one, I appreciate anything anyone sends, but I need people to email me so I can go back and find it a lot easier. Maybe they did email me and I just can't find it in my email. I will say a content warning of she talks about sexual predators and uses it kind of weird, but just a heads up if that's something that triggers you, just be aware. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel for free, you can just simply hit the subscribe button and the like button on this video. Let's get started.
I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
All right, all I know is that this is gonna be weird. That's all I know. I only watched 4 minutes of it and I was like, I should probably watch it all because it's weird, but I am just going all in. And it's going to be 1.25 speed because I don't have time for a 40-minute video like this. It's weird. Okay. So thank you for being here and watching this weird video with me. I am told that there are very interesting things in this video. So let's get there. Right? Let's see what happens.
Okay. I'm trying this. This is public. Who the hell cares? I don't care anymore. Like I said, I can't, nothing's not the truth. So let's see if we have you guys back. I'll cover what I covered. So if you're seeing this, you'll catch it in a replay. But you know what? I used up all of my pretty, beautiful highlighter. That's all gone. All right, just so you know, that's how long it lasts. Because I've been using this almost every time I put on makeup. There's a tiny bit back. From September. So, just so y'all know. Can you hear me better now? Okay. So, back to the story. I'm going to go really fast on doing stuff. Tell me, okay, perfect. So,
Buckling in.
So, real quick, straight out of college, worked for it as a consultant, degrees in business and computers, did some big things. And so, like I said, you go from project to project as a consultant.
Here's what I think happened and why it's starting off confusing and disorganized, because I think she was doing a live before this and it cut off, and so she's just speed running the beginning of that live she's already done. So if you're like, what the hell, that's why.
At one of the places where I was the technical architect on a rollout, after the last day of the project, at night, at the, going out to say goodbye, my manager, who, I could have, he was really hot. Seriously, I could have had a crush on him, but he always seemed like a slime ball. And he was. So, anyways, he, and I had a boyfriend at the time. He asked me to go back to his hotel or his apartment with him and, do those things. And I turned him down. And I would have left it just at that, except for then he went and changed my review. So.
Oh, that's kind of bullshit. You make shit pants. Men.
And then I went to the project where I worked for did statistical analysis, and I ran the warehouse for a bunch of banks. And my bosses were from my project that I had where I wrote the data model with 3 other people for a very major online stock trading thing. If you're thinking of a name that has a letter and a name, that's it. There you go.
I don't know shit about nothing.
So I did that. So it was people that trusted me, and they knew me, and they liked me. And I told them about when I got my review back, I was like, this guy changed my review. They said, go file with human resources for it. So I did. And so that was on record. I got a call, said, Stacey, come in. We're going to basically I knew it was after, and a lot of people were getting laid off, and my manager and stuff were like, yeah, that's what's happening. There's nothing we can do. You know, get your money. Get money.
Get your money, sister. Get your money, diva.
Extra money. So I did. I didn't go in when the partner wanted to. I went in when I wanted to. Called my time, and I says, you know what, here? I said, yeah, you're going to lay me off. Now you're going to give me extra money. How much money are you going to give me? Because, you know, your managers are some predators. I'm sure you didn't want that in the news.
SP, there's actual predators. I don't want you two to be like, what the hell? There's something that I have a problem with in general. I mean, there's many things, let's be real. But one of them is like taking words that mean something that are really serious, like PDF file, if you know what I mean, PDF file. And using it for a situation where that person really wasn't that, they were just like creepy or weird or whatever. You know what I mean? It takes the word and I don't know the best way to describe this, but it makes it mean less than what it actually means in that situation. And so people are like, oh yeah, he totally is, or yeah, he's blah, blah, blah. But when in reality, that's not right and not appropriate. I think that it kind of demeans the experiences of people who have experienced those people. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head it does. So she called him an actual predator. You know what I mean? The SP. So he was like, hey, let's go do the hanky-panky back at the hotel. And she was like, no. And then he went and changed his rating or whatever, you know, something important. And it was her manager. One, was it appropriate for him to ask that? Absolutely not. That's weird. But does that make him an actual P? I don't know. Maybe not. But I wouldn't like instantly think that. Him and going and changing his review or whatever of her, he's so fucking dumb for that. That is so dumb. And I think he deserves like being reprimanded, being fired even at this point for all of it. But does that make him an SP? I don't know. I don't think so. Here, you know what? Let me Google the actual definition. An SP is a person who attempts to have actual contact with another person in an abusive or predatory way. The term is often used to describe people who commit X crimes, such as R or child actual abuse. You see what I mean by that? Like, and I don't mean to like overanalyze, but these words are so important and the way they're used are so important. I just think it's a little too much for her to call him that. And then for her and for her to use that to like get more money from the job, it gives me a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe you disagree, that's fine. But yeah, no, that's weird of her to do, to use it like that. That's really shitty of her to call him that and say, I'm gonna go to the news about it, like if you don't pay me.
Yeah, that's me. Hi. So that happened. So then fast forward, work for joint venture California and federal government. Great. I was involved with protecting everyone's data, wrote all the requirements for that, wrote all what you have to do for that. So with stuff that's going on now, yes, it was a long time ago, but I have experience. I know what the hell it is. Yeah. So anyways, I did that. Then we came here, went to work for an energy thing. I was temp, always going to be a temp, which was fine. But I was so good that they like flew me to Europe to write all the requirements for their entire European expansion in 2 weeks because I was the only one who could do it in 2 weeks. They said, can you do it in 2 weeks? I said, yeah. So they flew me over there. I stayed there actually it was 21 days. And got that done.
All right, cool, great. Why are you in an MLM then? Why are we doing multi-level marketing then? When someone's bragging about how great they were at their job, I'm like, all right, well, it seems like if you hated that job, you could have gone to something else because you were so good at it, right? You were so good at doing this thing that you could have maybe found another job where you did something like that. Instead, you chose an MLM, so no pity for me.
They had a month to have it done, looking for my eyeshadow primer. So did that, and then I went and worked for Noah. At Noah, after my husband got through his grad school, I was at Noah, we decided we're going to have a second kiddo. So I'm sure I'm supposed to put this on with a brush. So we have second kiddo. Now here's this is all going to be relevant here in a second. Why I'm like, women need to have a place where they can grow, where they're treated with their merit, where they can have a business, blah, blah, blah. So I tell them, Take note, I don't have one negative review. Like, nothing's negative at all. The only review I have, negative comment I ever got was that I did too much. Because the federal government, they didn't like that I wrote too many requirements. You're satellites, of course you want more requirements. Stupid idiots. Sorry, I'll die on that hill. You need to track that stuff so you can test that shit. Am I wrong? Yeah. So, anyways, that's the only negative thing I ever had the time I was there. I did too much. It's a fucking joke. So, anyways, I tell my pregnant. A month later, they say, oh, hey, you know what? You have too much work on your plate. We're going to hire someone else to help you out. Okay, great. So they hired, this is the first time I've ever talked publicly about this. They hired someone else to help me out. It was a white man with one daughter that was a senior in high school. Yeah, okay. Didn't know what he was doing. So, anyway.
If you didn't get what she said he had no idea what he was doing. This video is supposed to be her going off about something about MLM, so I don't know. We'll see.
So, homeboy comes on. I train him and everything. I go out on maternity leave. I come back. I'm back 2 weeks. Hi, we don't have enough work for you. We're going to lay you off. But you don't have to come to work, and we're going to give you 6 months of money as long as you don't sue us. Do we see the theme here? Do we see the theme of where women are f***ing? So, of course...
I didn't know that was a secret, my girl. I'm sure the answer is, yeah, we do see it. We do see it. And I don't want to negate from her experience, but like, I've always had an issue with women in MLM who are sharing these stories, not sharing the whole story. So I'm curious as to see if there's anything else that was going on or like what had been happening behind the scenes. I don't know. I mean, of course, like, yes, this happens. It sucks and women deserve better. We deserve better. There's no doubt about it. And it needs to change. But what also makes me sad is that I have to question her in my head. Like, that's my first thought is like, really? Because so many of them lie when they're telling these stories for multi-level marketing. Like when they're like, this was my experience and it sucks so bad, but this MLM is so much better. And so many of them have to, what did they call it? Your why story, like why'd you join MLM? And they tell you to like spruce it up. They tell you to like really make it emotional. And so a lot of times that ends up being like white lies or like leaving things out or making things look a certain way. And I mean, if you've been watching my videos or you've watched any anti-MLM anything, you've likely seen women lie or, you know, things come out about how they weren't telling the whole truth or people exposing their lies in their stories. And so it makes me sad that I have to actually question these stories from her because I don't like to do that to women who have these stories. But in this situation, I do, in my head, question her.
I took the money. I had a brand new baby at home. I wanted to stay home. So, take note, Husband's through grad school. I like to work. I like to do things, okay? So, and hubby's work is related around, he does commercial, like, stuff that happens. He's not real estate, but it's related to commercial real estate. So when I went back to work, well, first I was like, okay, I was going to do, what's the word for? Flat out, I was going to sell, that was the federal government, Sandra. Like, that, let's be clear. That was at NOAA. And when the secretary of the head, so it was I had a company, so yes, the company was parasitic. When I had the company, I was at a company that was working for NOAA. And, of course, you know, in that situation, you know, boss above me.
You know what's stressing me out is the not blending of the chin. I know she's gonna blend her bronzer or whatever. That's the first thing I do is blend my chin bronzer because I can't even look at it myself. So it's like a personal thing, but goodness gracious.
Floats. It is what it is. So, yeah, this is, so we'll get into business here in a sec, okay? We're gonna go on business. I'm just deciding what color to spit on my face. There's good and bad in everything. There's very good people that I worked with at NOAA. I will die on that hill. There's great people. There's scientists that care. They know their shit is that, like, you are not going to hear me talk bad about that. Because they were the ones that were like, this is BS. So anyways, yeah, I took lots of money and I took time off. And then because my kiddo also, has something called, it always will have, it's auditory processing disorder. He's autistic and he did not talk. And funny enough, if you ever watch the telepathy tapes, it was like he and the older one were telepathic to each other. I would even ask that to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, siblings have a connection. The older one's just talking for him. Don't worry about it. And I was like, well, he's not talking yet. Should I be worried? They're like, no, don't be worried. The older one's talking for him. I find out more when we get into what it was when we get into kindergarten. But anyways, so I stayed home with him because he's a sweetheart, but he was very, wasn't good with people. It was too much. The world was a lot for him. To give you an idea, when what's the word I'm looking for? When we went to a concert once because we were into concerts. We had hair, but it was sheer fear. The kid, a lot of sounds we can't even to this day.
Is it just me or is she just not finishing sentences? She stops mid-word and then changes to another sentence. I'm really trying to follow along. I'm pretty sure this is their job, is to do these type of lives, and they're just not good at it. It's the same with Tony Van Schoik. My previous videos about Tony and a bunch of her different reels, and she's just so bad at it. I'm like, Tony, this is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. And I feel the same way here. I'm like, can we just, first off, sit down, take a deep breath, and let's stick to one sentence at a time, put a period on the end of it, and then move to the next one.
We have a separate room for the blender. If we're doing the vacuum, we have to say, hey, buddy, we're gonna put on the vacuum, and he'll go to his room and have earbuds on. Still at almost 14. So yeah, that's just, the world's just a lot for him. So anyway, so I stayed home with him, but then I wanted to go back to school. Or go back to work, but I wanted to do something so I started out, and I love real estate. I thought I would be a realtor. But that was, my husband did the same thing. So I was like, I need something that's a different, has a different economic turn than he does. So when his stuff goes down, this one kind of goes up. And that's what brought me into drug sales. So there you go. There's a long story. I started out with leggings. That only lasted less than 2 months because as soon as I got in, I realized things weren't ethical and I got the heck out.
No shit. It's the business model. I realized things weren't ethical and I got the heck out. Well, then you should have known the next one.
It took me to my first real major company, which is the one that just closed. And that's where I went there and I used my business. And when I went there, what I did was I treated it like a business. I didn't ask one single person that I knew in real life to come join me. No. I did people I knew, but I didn't go out and it was funny. My best friend, 4 months in, she's like, hey, can I do this too? I was like, of course you can. You just got to ask me. You want to do it? Like, yeah, you never told me. And I was like, because I figured if you wanted to, you would ask me.
Sounds like a shitty salesperson. I'm not going to lie. I get it. I also don't like the idea of them asking their friends and family. I get it. But also, that's something that you do in MLM. So I guess, is it kudos that she didn't ask them? Or is it, wow, you're bad at sales? I don't know. I don't know where I land. She's got me all up in arms. She's got me all over the place today, all over the map.
And that was kind of I did that because it forced me to be more business, to think outside the box, to think about the social media messaging, all those things. So was there, that was great. I loved my time there. Loved it. But there was a time when they handed out a document that said, this is what your team is going to make. And this is, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to put this thing on. Let's see. This is what your team is going to make. I'm going to get this more in the middle. And it's a lot of hair, right? And this is how, this is what your team's going to make. And this is, and, share this with them. We're going to have some changes. I was in the middle of chemotherapy. I did not look at that spreadsheet at all, but I shared it with everyone. Shared it. I was a good girl. I went through, made meetings. I was a good trooper. I shared it. Then I got through chemo. And I got my brain back, for a lack of a better term. What do we think of the blonde? I think I still like myself as a brunette. What do you guys think? Tell me. Which may mean that I run over there and grab my brown wig, because Yeah, I'm that.
What the hell is going on? This is their job. I will never get over bad lives from people whose job it is. Now listen, don't you fucking talk shit about me and my lives. But not every single one of them is bad. I'm working on them. Let me just shit talk their lives, okay?
I'm that fickle. Okay, so anyways, and I need to fix these springs. So I got, so I went through it. I went through chemo. After I got through chemo, I went through the numbers. And I cried because they were all false. They were made up. They were like, let's just put some numbers on a piece of flipping paper so that people people don't ask questions and we move on. So I had a meeting at the time with, they just wanted to, they were just changing the comp plan. Just changing the comp plan. So,
Wow. This is, okay, I'm following now. So they're like, here, hit these numbers. These are the numbers you need to make. But what they did was actually change the comp plan and they didn't tell you they changed the comp plan? Or since you were experiencing, like you were going through chemo and you were tired and things were happening and like you were experiencing cancer, did you just not realize they didn't change the comp plan even though they said they did? You know what I mean? So like maybe it wasn't them not communicating. You said that you weren't in it, like you weren't reading, you were just sharing stuff, which is fine. That makes sense. I wouldn't want to do shit on chemo either. Again, I wouldn't normally do this, but I feel it in this instance that everything is everyone else's fault. You know what I mean? Everything's everyone else's fault but hers. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad read by me. Maybe it is. I don't always get them right. But what's the common denominator? And it's like, well, this, and that's really the issue. I don't know if I want to put that in this yet, but we're getting there. You know, there's a common denominator.
So I had a meeting at the time with the senior vice president of sales that was there, and at this company, and this company now, take note, I'm changing this. I'm not good enough for this. I'll be back. 2 seconds.
A few moments later.
I'm in the meeting, and I mentioned to him that I'm kind of alarmed that, these numbers aren't correct. They're not just October numbers, like they said. There's other things, and they're completely fabricated. And I got a Zoom call.
No, what the fuck is the, no, I don't know, no, I don't. Please explain it. Please explain it to me.
Money, 100%. There's no ands about to read it. And I wanted to save it, could have sold.
I don't think she said words, but I do think she meant there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Private jet. They could have sold the private jet. They could have sold the missile factory that they have in freaking Long Island that no one knows about, that I found out when I went searching under their business title. Why the hell
Tea.
It says trophy, but I wouldn't have found out what trophy was because I didn't even know. So, money is what it is. Let him have it. And, I'm 2 years out, so anyways, 3 years out, Jesus. I got told, and then I got a letter that was, and they said, it's really, they basically were saying how, they have to be very strong legally with things right now with how people are, people leaving and blah, blah, blah. I got the hint. Remember, not a dummy here. Where have I worked? What business? I played this game before. I got the hint. I left. I didn't want to fight it. Didn't want to do anything. I was in between chemo and radiation, and I left. I made excuses why I left, but I just left.
I just don't know what the fuck the hint is. What's the hint, Diva? I don't get it. I don't understand. And maybe that's because my 2 brain cells are really tired of rubbing really hard together to work, but I don't know the hint. Man, maybe someone can help me. Someone in the comments, maybe someone can help me with all this. Are they telling her, like, be careful what you say because, you'll get in trouble with the law, like, don't talk about us, or, like, you need to, like, was she terminated? Was she about to be terminated? Because I'm trying to make the connections to the things she said earlier, because she's like been there, done that. Like she's like saying like, I'm not dumb. Like I know I was there. Like that's happened to me before. And I think she was using the earlier examples for this situation. So I'm sitting here going, it's not the same. I don't understand because you're leaving things out. So the issue that I have with these people in MLM and in general in life, if you're telling a story and you're leaving chunks out that help clear things up, or you're leaving things out that leave holes in your story, people are going to try to fill those holes. And so you can't get mad when they're wrong. Like you can't get mad when they are sitting there and they're like, well, did this happen? Like all of these could have happened. And you're like, no. And it's like, well, then fucking say it. Then say it. Everyone needs to take note from Jay. Jay, if you've watched the live, that guy printed out the text messages. I'll never get over that. If you were in my live when we watched Jay, he was telling us all the Monate drama, and he brought names to the forefront. He printed out text messages, showed it on the piece of paper, read it off. It was, and the holes were filled then.
And I will always be thankful for my time. We built our house here with cash. We even with the developer that did this house, that has an open warrant for his arrest because he stole tons of money from us, we still did not go bankrupt. We would have been bankrupt if I did not have that company. I will forever be thankful to them. But I also won't let anyone make me a liar. And that's what they did. They made me a liar. So, dude, see, I think I did very wrong. So, that's the real reason I left that one. And I had to keep my mouth shut. No one really knew. And you know what? That's fine. I don't need people to know.
I don't know what MLM she was in. I don't know. But honestly, you could kind of put that situation to any of them. It would fit. Someone's going to know. Someone's going to know her. Someone's going to know the MLM that she was in. But what's so funny is like she's telling this story and I have no idea any shit that's going on or any MLM that she's been in. But from her story, it could be literally any. It could be any of them because they all fit this narrative that she's like, they all fit into this.
I mean, now it's out here public. It'll be public for 3 days. I'm sure it's going to be shit all over. I don't really care. I'm done. I'm done caring about this shit. But then, so a year ago, I went to another company and I was thrilled. We were putting the band back together. It was awesome. It started out wonderful. It started out great. They blew so much smoke that if it was laced, I would have been so hot. I mean, it was how much smoke they blew. They was unreal.
Did she blend under her chin yet? Did I miss it? Did she blend yet under her chin? No, she has not blended under that chin. Absolutely not. She is not. Girl, do you think she forgets to blend? Sorry, I'm freaking out about it because it's freaking me out.
I mean, they had the biggest line of crap ever. Making me more blush. So go there, start, and I got screenshots. So, and like I said, that's why I did the first thing that, if it's the truth, yeah, it's the truth. And it's not a her side truth, third story truth. No, there's no third story here. This is what went down. So
this is what fucking went down.
Go on, and I think because I'm wearing hot pink, I'm gonna wear pink lily. Look how pretty this one is. This one could go. Sorry, this is called chemo brain. You know when moms, feel like you don't have brain? The same thing happens in chemo, and so I forget things. I forgot the word door one day. So, anyways, on with the story.
I've never been through chemo and I've never been a mom, but that happens to me all the time, especially on lives. If you've been on my live and I'm like, what's this word? I can't remember. And like the other day it was like terminate. They terminated her and I'm like, they didn't fire her. What's the word? And that happens to me all the time. So moms and those who experience chemo, it's not just y'all, I promise. I promise. That's something that I struggle with a lot, are words. I forget them all the time.
So we go to conference. Here's the deal. I was okay with building slow. I was fine with building slow. I asked how much totals I went through, and I will admit this mistake. So now here, I got the comp plan. I created numbers for it, but the numbers I was putting into it, honestly, were my old numbers from my company before. I put those numbers in, and you get to that part of the comp plan, they're having, like I said, unicorns that are diamonds. You get to pick up this. I mean, it is nice. But what isn't nice was when I'm finding
Unicorn shit and diamonds? Where can I get one of those? This old gal does not shit diamonds, but wouldn't it be nice? I love me a good unicorn. Love it. Y'all see my pickle back there? My emotional support pickle? Love her.
when I'm finding out what people are making when they have a $40,000 team, or a $20,000 team, or a $10,000 team. Because those are the people that are working their butts off and need to actually make some money. They want to be able to help out and get their kids in karate. They want to help out and get, make a car payment. That was utter garbage. It was horrific. We had someone in our leader meeting that is like the top leader who made $80. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're going to be a top leader and you're going to make $80. That's what she made them up before. I'm sorry. That pissed me off.
But here's the deal. That can happen. That's MLM. That is the business model at its peak. Your entire team can leave, drop, stop working all at once. You cannot sell a thing because life happens. Think like you can drop rank as a top leader and make next to nothing. As a top leader in a company, people below you can just stop working. They can leave you for someone else. They can do that, and then you lose everything. That is MLM at its peak. That's the basics. People know that. So it's not just your company. Maybe it is a little bit, but it also is just like basic multi-level marketing bullshit.
Fast forward, I'm like, we're going to grow slow. It's going to be fine. And, let's find other, people are, like, we're just trying to hold on to, at this point, like, how can I help this team as we go and grow? But then I started adding up all the numbers. So there's in complaint you asked, do you pay out 38, 45, 55%? I was told 38. I don't know if that's the right number. But when I was doing the math, I was like, how is that even possible? I don't know what it actually is, but how is it even possible? In this short time frame from when I got back from there until I had my surgery at the end of August, okay, I had someone lie and say I was recruiting them to another company. I got my account shut down. I was not recruiting to another company. All I said was, hey, we all know about this other thing coming up. It was something called Make Wellness. It was going around. People on the team were posting about it. Yeah, shut down for a week. Could not work because I said that to somebody.
First off, this is recent then, but also like common denominator. Common denominator. It's not just bad luck at this point. There's a common denominator to every scenario that she's experiencing, and it's her. It just seems like she leaves shit out. And then earlier she was like, there's no two sides, there's no three sides, there's just the truth. I'm like, no, well, there is also other sides to the story. What else did you say though? Like, well, we all know about this new company coming up. That's all you said. That's all you said.
So my whole point in that is there's mean girls trying to take other people down. Just for the pure hell of it. Because that's teamwork and community. Okay. Then.
What a fucking vibe.
I catch my field development manager. Yes, I said catch. Asking one of my contacts to be direct to corporate. And you might say, oh, what's wrong with that? I went and asked someone else that's been, is that ethical? And all of them were like, no, that isn't what happens. So I went to the senior.
Oh, your butt hurt because something unethical happens in an MLM? God forbid. That's like what it's built on. MLM, unethical behavior. It is built on that. God forbid something unethical happen in an unethical business structure.
The salesperson said, hey, is this allowed? Is this okay? Like, that's how I approached it. Is this okay? She's like, absolutely not. Do you want to share it? I understand if you don't want to. By the way, I still have all these screenshots and these text messages, so.
Show them. I'm here for the tea. Show them.
I understand if you don't want to, but if you do, I like to take care of it. So I shared it. It was her bestie. That bestie went and then made a TikTok to make fun of me and called me irrational. And,
you're not helping yourself in this situation. To be honest, you're not proving her wrong. Like, it's giving irrational a bit. It is. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just you're giving irrational.
And as soon as I saw the TikTok, I saw the TikTok. I sent it. I see the TikTok. I go copied the link. I sent it to 2 friends saying, because you know, you see something, you're like, is this about me? Oh, this was like back in August. Is this about me? And they're like, By the time I went back to look at it a second time, I was blocked from the page. So yes, it was about me. Yeah, I was not like, you're so famous. I was like, am I being like way too vain? Am I being Carly Simon here? Am I being too vain? Like, is this about me? So it was. So they made that. TikTok's making fun of me. And so then I went and asked some questions in the leader chat where we were asked, said, hey, we just had a leader meeting. Put your questions here. So I asked the questions.
Is calling someone irrational making fun of them? So I guess if they're doing it in a mocking way, it is. But like, are they actually making fun of you, or is it just saying you're irrational? Because if I say that, you're irrational. You're acting irrational. It's not making fun of you. She's got me questioning everything.
And one of my questions was, hey, we've had over $1 million. Can you tell me how much money's been paid out to the field? I'd love to shout that out. That's exactly how it's worded. 7 days, no answer ever. And 7 days later, while I'm recovering from cancer surgery, I'm fired. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to say terminated. I got terminated.
Yeah, you weren't fired because you weren't an employee.
So there you go. That's the whole long story. And I have all the screenshots of what I did. So, if I get terminated because I stand up for people that I care about so that they can have, hello, Kimberly. Yeah. How are you doing? So, by the way, I've never used, I always had problems with perfumes. This is like essential oils, doesn't have the bad shit. And oh my God, smells good. Thank you. And doesn't make me sneeze. So, probably my favorite I've ever had. And I've never worn my perfume before this. So,
her tone changed real fucking quick when a Kimberly popped on. She said, oh, hi, Kimberly. Oh, this is the weirdest fucking live ever. Oh my God.
Is that how you've been on? I don't know. Tell me if I'm doing that wrong. So yeah. So as I'm recovering, still high on the drug, I got terminated because I asked the question, how much money have you paid out to the field? And I got told that was being a bully. Well, if I'm a bully to stand up for everyone that is on my team and everyone that's in a company, and for them to be paid correctly and having the promises delivered, then I'm gonna wear that shit like a badge of honor.
She's leaving shit out. There's no way. Well, there is a way. It's MLM. But she's leaving some shit out. I know it. Common denominator, people. Also, like, maybe don't be in MLM where all this shit keeps happening to you. MLM sucks. Like, this is a part of it. Also, she still hasn't blended the shit under her neck. And it's it's throwing me.
There you go. So, that's why I say, you guys, I have a lot of friends that are going and they're investigating things. Ask for the receipts. And then also, ask for where it's made. Because, huns, if it's made in China and it's coming over here, you gotta decide, is it worth twice as what they're selling it for now? Because that's what's gonna happen if they don't do U.S. Manufacturing within 2 months.
Are you talking about tariffs? Yeah, that's fucked.
And those machines, I would be very willing to bet, can't be put together, set up, and everything within 2 months. That should be alarming in itself. They're going to promise you the world. I got promised the world. I got told I had weekly meetings with the senior vice president for mentoring, got told, oh, no, so that's where, no, I'm definitely at pharmacy now. I
don't know what to tell you. It's not my fucking fault you're gullible. Also, it's hard. I understand too, though. Like, it's hard in multi-level marketing when you trust these people and they do promise you these things and it turns out that they were untrustworthy and liars. So there is that aspect to it as well.
Pharmacy. They have the drug sales manager. So they have magazines that they have the best paying comp plan. And, oops, you put the wigs in here next. Love pharmacy. Love. That's me. And I'll tell you, the comp plan, as you go up, you need legs. You need lots of legs. 5,000, ones that were worth 5,000 points. You know what that says to me? That means the people at the top are helping everyone. They're helping people. They have more people. They're trying to help more. And that's one of my guiding principles. So I love that. But I've had people be like, ooh, that's a hard comp plan. Yeah. You know what? It is. But the top paid person at pharmacy made $400,000 a month. I'll take a tenth of that, please.
How many people make a tenth of that? The fuck? She's like, oh, it is a hard comp plan. And you're proud of that? So 35.49% are at the very bottom, making on average $5. Then the next one is 29%, 29.58%, making an average of $24. We're at over 65% of the company making $24. You add another 10% on that, so we're over 75%, and that's $60. You add another 7% to that, we're at like 82%, and that's $109. This doesn't include anything they purchase. So here's my question. We're at over 82% of the company. Where's all the money going? Oh, hold on. The top four are less than 0.1% of the company, okay? And those averages are 13,416, 26,779, very low for less than 0.1% of the company. Again, I don't know if this is a year or what. I think maybe it's a month. The average is a month. We're going to go with a month and give them the benefit of the doubt. So what it's telling me is that around 90% of the companies making less than $174 a month, and that includes anything they're purchasing. So this sounds like a terrible, horrible opportunity. Awful.
I will work my ass off to help. So, I go by the guiding principle I tell my kids. The more people you help, the better, the more you can advance in your money and your funds and your life and be able to do things that you want. And that's what it is. So
the more people you help, the more you'll advance in life. Like, I get the sentiment of helping people, which is very important, but also if you're doing it just to like make more money or just to like build your team or just to whatever, I don't equate that with someone just helping someone who's not going to benefit from it. It's not the same thing.
I'm all for it. This is kombucha. This is not alcoholic. 0 sugar. If you haven't tried this stuff, it's yummy. It's yummy for your belly too. So yeah. So there is the history of all the shiz. And some of it got taken off because I had to. Thank you for telling me that the sound was wackadoodle. So I know
she still has it blended under her chin. Oh God.
I missed some of it. And it was, just friends before. And then I said, you know what? When I came back, I was like, I'm not putting that setting. Just screw it. Because I have nothing to flip and hide. I have nothing to hide. I mean, I'll tell you, I was heartbroken. I thought that company that I had before pharmacy but pharmacy turned out to be the greatest gift I never knew I wanted. Does that make sense? Like, my team is happy, 50% on their sales, or they save 50% at checkout. They're helping other people. It has lots of different things. So if you don't like something, guess what? That's not part of what you're selling. You can move on to another thing. I have a girl, she hates makeup. But she really likes the nutrition. Awesome. I love that for her. I have another one who is all about the hair care. I love the hair care. I have no hair. Still growing back from chemo. But I love that. I love that whatever you want, give me your thing. And guess what? In this economy, it's a no-brainer. I use this mascara last time. It's like $11. $11. This one, though, where's it in here? That's my cost. $6. I saw that mic drop. Like, it is affordable. And I'll be honest. At first I was like, this could be crazy. This is not going to be good. I'm not going to like this. But it is. And if you I tried it. I tried it 2 years ago. No, they already changed the formulas. They changed all the formulas. Now they all have skincare in the makeup too. So.
She's so condescending. That's what this has been this whole time. She's so Can you stop that, please? You're hurting my feelings.
There you go. That's the long story about me. Why I'm kind of almost the way I am. Almost passionate about it is because I've been through at work where I've been sexually assaulted. I've been through where I've been fired.
Whoa! I guess you didn't tell that story?
For getting pregnant. I didn't get fired. I got laid off. They gave me lots of money. They wanted me to go away. For getting pregnant. I love this industry because it is one where your merit, what you do, changes what you make.
You love the industry, but you just talk shit about several different MLM companies. The thing that kept happening, it was unethical. But the thing is, did you not realize that it's not that specific MLM, that it's the MLM business structures you were going along? The reason all these unethical things happened, which you said several different times for each you said the companies that you previously were in, that there was an example of like unethical behavior. Do you understand now that that's the MLM business structure at its finest? Just because pharmacy hasn't done something unethical yet to you doesn't mean they won't.
You know, it's not just like, oh, hi, I went out to drinks with the partner, so I'm going to get promoted. No, if you don't have the numbers behind you, you don't go get promoted. That is, to me, that's flippin' beautiful. It's where people can raise their income on what they do.
That's not true. That's actually statistically false. The Federal Trade Commission says the majority of people will not make money in multi-level marketing, and a lot of those people will lose money. It doesn't matter how hard they work. That's how the business structure works best.
And that is why I will die on the hill that I love this industry. Even with the freaking CEOs and presidents being companies, ripping the people off that are working. I will stand up to that and I will say, that is not fair. No, everyone deserves equal work for what they do. And that's the hill I'm dying on. And like I said, you can't see it's truth. And I got...
What was that?
You can't see it's truth.
What? All right, whatever, JulieJo, stop.
And I got all the screenshots to prove it too. So, you guys all have a nice day. If anyone's having questions on where to go, I made some spreadsheets I'd love to share with you. I'm happy to walk anyone through it. Like I said, I talked to one of my girlfriends. I'm like, I did all the business stuff before, where I did all the requirements. If you want, I will sit with you for 30 minutes and we'll get your requirements so your brain's not going monkey brain. And you can figure out what is most important for you to where you go. Because even if it's not with me, like this might be the best thing for me. But you know what? I have a friend that sells mushrooms stuff with frequency and it's flipping amazing. I don't want to sell it, but I love her. That might be
This whole live's giving me monkey brain.
perfect for you. So hit up your friends. Even if you're like, I don't want to go there, still talk to them because they might give you insights. And if you want someone to give you insights on getting your needs down, I would love to help you. Just for the sake of helping. Because doing fraud sucks. Hi, Wendy. Oh yeah, I did a lot of kombucha to you. You're at the end. I love you, my friend. You're so amazing. I'm so glad we met. See, Wendy does patches with a Nerf gun. I love them. They're amazing. So, Kimberly, you left and came back. I'm glad you came back. We're done now. All right, you all have a great day and try to navigate the madness out there. And remember, your fake hair bestie who's absolutely not fake is here for you. Toodaloo, kangaroos.
Toodaloo, kangaroos. That was good. Toodaloo, kangaroos. Awful, horrible, but awesome. I loved it all. So not at all. What did we just watch? Is it just me or was that fucking wild? I don't know what to do with my hands. Ricky Bobby. You know the scene from Ricky Bobby? Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands. Will Ferrell. Whatever. All right. So, I don't know what else to say other than what the hell was that? Well, I hope you have a great day and that you watch my previous video about Tony Van Schoik and my recent live about what's going on with Sensi. And I have a live coming up that we're going to dive a little more into the CEO's video, him and his wife. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you would like to. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.